I will take POIs after 2 minutes. Pronouns she, her. Okay, with that, I'd like to begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. So we think that, first of all, proposition misunderstands the motion, and they didn't actually characterize it in a way that's charitable to both sides, and a way that can actually be debated in a proper, even platform. So because they didn't do their job, I will do their job for them. So we think that in the context of actually having gifted educational programs, we think that the characterization should actually mean the gifted programs which actually cater towards a certain subject, such as math, such as English, such as these certain areas where students are more likely to have exceptional talent in. And again, another rebuttal, which they say that rich people are more likely to get into these programs. We think that this is very unlikely, and actually taking away these programs in of itself is just helping rich people in the first place. Because we think that in the context of gifted intelligence, and in the context of a person being more exceptionally intelligent than the rest of the population, we think that actually taking away these programs will disproportionately affect those who are poor, who do not have the resources to actually access these programs or these external programs that require parents to pay money, in contrast to rich people who have abundant resources to actually enroll in these programs that allow them to be even more gifted than those who are, those who are less fortunate. Okay, so for my first argument, we think that gifted students should actually be given the opportunity to explore their own talents, and just restricting a person by their age is principally wrong, and is inherently unfair towards these students who were born with this natural talent, for this natural tendency to be able to be more talented at this certain specific subject. So we think that the current syllabus is crafted to basically fit to the abilities to the majority of the population, right? It's meant so that it will actually, cater to those who are at most averagely intelligent, right? Those who do not fall out of the spectrum of intelligence in that certain age group. So we think that the abilities of people in that age group is not completely linear, and to assume that everybody in that specific age group has the same level of intelligence is extremely unfair, especially to those who are more intelligent than the others and find the current syllabus extremely easy or extremely difficult in the context of those who are actually struggling to catch up with the syllabus that is being taught in their specific age group. So we think that actually telling everybody to be under the single umbrella, which is the current syllabus, especially when you have certain subjects such as math or English, telling them to be in a certain umbrella and telling them to actually just stay in your place is extremely harmful, and actually stifles the growth of an individual person's growth and the individual person's intelligence as a whole, especially when we're talking about the future workforce, because we're talking about these children who will be the future, taxpayers of the country, right? So we think that this is the same principle that actually goes to sports, music, and other artistic geniuses that actually have talent identified at a young age, right? Imagine if we didn't have these programs that actually identified talent that came naturally, not in the form of tuition, which they would like to assume would happen, right? So we think that it's the same principle when you actually hold somebody back, somebody who's exceptionally talented in music, just because they are, right? Just because you hold them back because they're part of age group A, right? Don't you think that this stifles what they already have? That this policy actually stifles what they have and what potential they have to actually grow as a person. So we think that the principle of actually holding back somebody because of their age is wrong, that considering that many gifted students, especially those who are extremely talented in math, especially talented in English, and especially talented in a lot of subjects that require a lot of natural cognitive intelligence, right? We think that the principle of holding them back is extremely wrong, considering that a lot of them are actually better than those who are, especially considering that they're better than those who are actually in an older age group than they are, right? And when you look at artistic geniuses, when you look at sporting geniuses, you realize that the only way that they actually had the opportunity and the environment to thrive in the first place is because we had these programs in public schools, because we had these programs that were accessible to the general population. And with that, I'd like to end my speech here. Thank you.